Hello everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to another movie review. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Finch, and as usual I'm quickly gonna go through the story of this movie to tell in short what this movie is all about. Then I'm gonna share my own opinions and thoughts about this movie, so in case you didn't watch it, one big spoiler alert across the screen, and yeah, just click away from this video to avoid spoilers and come back after you watch a movie if you want to, guys. If you don't want to, you don't have to, it's totally okay. But if you really are interested in my opinions and thoughts about this movie right now, then stay with me till the end of this video and let's get started. Alright guys, Finch is a movie that's been released in 2021, and this is post-apocalyptic slash SF slash drama type of a movie. And the story of this movie is set in a future where Earth has been completely destroyed by sun's solar flare. So this solar flare happened and burned entire Earth and burned down everything to ashes and dust, and humanity is almost gone extinct. Humans who remained are surviving, looting stores for food, scavenging, doing whatever they can to survive. And we actually followed this one man called Finch. He is an engineer who used to work for this company that was studying these solar flares and ozone and all that, and they were trying to prevent that from happening, and unfortunately they didn't. So Finch lives with his robot Dewey and his dog Goodyear. He is also surviving the best way he knows, but he's very intelligent because he's an engineer, and he built himself this UV suit that keeps him protected from ionizing radiation and sun, and without that UV suit he cannot survive. And he is constantly scavenging for food. He's collecting supplies so he can build stuff that will help him survive. And he is also working on this another robot that is more human looking and actually taller than him. Later he names that robot Jeff. Actually he names himself because that is very intelligent robot. He actually loaded all the knowledge from the books and everything into his memory, and he basically built that robot to help him survive and to have a friend, because Finch is a very depressed character. He's very lonely. He's been through a lot and he's just trying to survive, and he wants to have a friend, and he wants to have someone that will look after Goodyear after he's gone. Now that's where a tragic plot twist in this movie hits, because you realize that Finch is actually dying from ionizing radiation. He is constantly coughing blood, and you can see him dying slowly through the movie, and he knows that he's dying. And then one day he realizes that there is this heavy, dangerous storm coming his way, and it's gonna last around 40 days, so he needs to leave his shelter, and he decides to move west. Actually he decides to move to Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. There is also connection to that special place why he wants to go there, and it's very emotional, but I'm not gonna spoil you completely everything. So for the rest of the movie now, his dog Goodyear, robot Dewey, and robot Jeff and him are headed towards the Golden Gate Bridge, and they're just trying to survive and reach that destination. And that's where majority of this movie and this entire journey and adventure revolves and happens. And that's in short what this entire movie is all about. Now, this movie is such a masterpiece, guys. I honestly don't know why I didn't watch this movie sooner. I seen that it's a very interesting movie, and it got my attention after I seen the trailer for it. So I decided to watch it now, and I can say that I did not regret a single second watching this movie, because this is pure apocalyptic masterpiece mixed with some really good science fiction. Now you see Jeff, this robot that he built to be his friend, is very important for this movie to understand them. And the reason why Finch, like I said, built this robot is for someone to be there to protect Goodyear, which is the dog that he found one day, actually one night when he was looting a store. And there was a mother with a girl that were also looting the store, and the little girl had a gun in her hands, and mother told her if she sees anyone that she needs to shoot him. So he was hiding from the little girl because he obviously didn't want it to die. But then some other survivors pulled up and killed the little girl and the mother and took the supplies they had. And that's where Finch got out and took a look at them, and they were dead already. But in the backpack there was a little puppy, which was Goodyear. So that's how he found this dog. So that part of the movie was very heart-shattering, and it was really sad and beautiful in the same time. And that's pretty much how this entire movie is for me. It's very sad, tragic, and beautiful in the same time. It's very sad because the humanity is extinct, and the world's gone to shit. There's nothing left. The entire civilization is dead. And it's so sad because we humans actually did that to ourselves. Just like Finch said, we didn't take care of Earth good enough, and we didn't care about ozone and all that. And he was warning them all about that. And yet we humans were so stupid to destroy the only place we could live in universe, which is what we're doing today in real life, if you think about it. So it's very sad, actually. But in the same time, it's so beautiful because no matter what Finch went through in his life and in this movie, he remained a good person. He still remained a very decent man, more of a man than all other survivors are. Other survivors turned into savages, killing each other for supplies and food and guns, ammunition, all that you need to survive. And Finch, he avoids humans. He doesn't trust humans, and he avoids conflicts, and he survives with the help of his knowledge and engineer skills. And it's so beautiful how he programmed this robot, Jeff, that he is never allowed to attack humans and that he should only help humans. And he also programmed him to protect Goodyear, but in the same time he gave him the intelligence to think on his own and to talk and behave like normal human being. So Jeff is literally Finch's legacy. He left the legacy after he was gone, and that was Jeff. Jeff was his creation. And movie actually wants to tell you how it's for us humans to have a purpose in life. It's really important for us to leave something behind us, whether it's our children or something that we did for this world that's gonna help others later. And that made me think for a second that I would really love to see a sequel to this movie about Goodyear and Jeff. A dog and a robot. Another reason why I loved Jeff as the character is because even though he's a robot, he is like a child. Because when Finch made him, he loaded only 72% of the knowledge from the books into his memory, I think. So he didn't finish the process of loading everything because they had to run from that storm and leave the shelter. So through the movie, Jeff makes a lot of mistakes that would get Finch and Goodyear killed. And you can see Finch getting angry at Jeff so many times. And again, in the same time, it's so beautiful how he's trying to teach him what's the right thing to do and how to survive and how to keep Goodyear alive, which is his purpose, which is why Finch made him. And in the same time, he can get very angry at him because of the things that he did wrong. And Jeff is actually like one innocent soul that has so much knowledge about this world and how everything works, but in the same time he has so much to learn. And I don't know, it just felt so innocent to me, and he was just trying to believe in Finch so much. No matter how angry Finch got on Jeff, Jeff was always trying to be nice to him and polite, and he always tried to understand him. And you can see like Jeff's feelings getting hurt. Even though he's a robot, they made him so well as a character that I felt sad for Jeff so many times when Finch got angry at him. And then you realize that Finch was just very broken man who's been through a lot, and then again you can understand why Finch reacted how he reacted. This movie revolves so much about around the emotions. It's just crazy how well done it was. It's just amazing. Jeff was definitely an amazing and interesting character in this movie. Unfortunately, Finch dies at the end of the movie, and that scene was also heartbreaking. I cried like a little child almost through the entire movie, but especially at the end. You know, it's really beautiful to see how Finch taught Jeff all the things, how to survive and how to be a good robot. I'm not gonna say person because he's not a person, he's a robot. And that's something that Finch also says. There is a lot of times when he gets angry at Jeff because of the mistakes that he makes. And through the entire movie, you just follow one good man fighting all the emotions that a human being can fight in such a world. And the main battle in this movie is between Finch and Finch himself, you know, inside of his head. And he has, like I said, a Goodyear, a dog that he takes care of. That dog is very important to him because that dog is the only living creature from flesh and bones that he trusts. You know, he doesn't trust humans, so this dog is only living creature that he trusts and sees as something innocent and beautiful that is left of the humanity. And there is so many beautiful things around that, revolving around the human emotions and how human heart can actually be good in such a cruel and deserted world. It just made me cry a lot. And now even when I talk about it and when I remember all these scenes, it just makes me cry, want to cry again. This movie was such a masterpiece, man. It's so beautiful. And then later, when I thought about this movie even more, I realized that Finch was an engineer who actually never used his full potential. And this movie actually made me find my own fear, which is loneliness. And I am very afraid of loneliness in real life. I am very afraid that I'm gonna die alone and there's no one going to be beside me when my time comes. And you know, I'm afraid that I'll die without any purpose, not leaving anything for this world and other people behind me, and that no one's gonna remember me. And that is so perfectly portrayed in this movie through Jeff, which is the robot that Finch built. Jeff is very important part of this movie. It's literally all the wishes for humanity and everything good Finch had in himself, he put into this robot. All the good intentions, all the hard work, everything is in Jeff. Literally, Jeff is his legacy and what remained of Finch. And I think this is just very beautiful, you know, when you think of it. It's such a beautiful movie. You should absolutely watch it. There is not a single action scene where you witness like characters fighting or killing someone. There is like zero violence in this movie. There is only one scene when he's talking about how he found Goodyear, and you know, when he remembers that flashback where survivors killed a mother and a child. But that's the literally only action scene. And yeah, there's literally no killing or anything in this movie. It was just purely based on science fictional survival and engineering skills and emotions of Finch and what he's going through and what is going on inside of his head. It's really depressing and beautiful in the same time. It's sometimes really hard to watch because I think every human being could witness the same emotions, you know, because we all been through something like that at some point in life, and we definitely thought about the things that Finch was thinking about in this movie at some point in our lives. And there's so many great quotes that he says in this movie that are so inspiring and depressing and sad in the same time. So I fucking love how this movie connected depression, sadness, and beauty of life in one. You know, it actually shows you how depression and sadness can be beautiful in the same time, and how they also have good sides. and it's really, really beautiful. I just really loved how this movie focused on human emotions and all that. CGI was also great in this movie. Tom Hanks is, by the way, Finch. He played Finch, and Tom Hanks was fantastic in this movie. Music in this movie was composed by Gustavo Santaolalla, which is the guy who made the music for The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2. So music is absolutely fucking beautiful in this movie as well. Soundtracks and everything. It's such a great movie. It's pure masterpiece. It's pure 10 out of 10 for me. I just fucking loved this movie, and it's stuck in my head for the last few days since I watched it. It's really amazing experience, and I am a big fan of post-apocalyptic movies and all that. So if you are too, I totally recommend you to check out Finch. You're not gonna regret it. It's a fantastic movie. Go check it out. You're gonna love it if you're into these type of movies. So yeah, I think I said everything I wanted about this movie. If you enjoyed this movie review, then go ahead and leave a like, share, comment, or subscribe if you want to, guys. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's totally okay. You can also join my Chris Facebook group. I post all kind of stuff over there. Link is down below in the description. So again, join if you want. If you don't want to, you don't have to, guys. It's totally fine. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate everything you've done for me and my channel so far. You're amazing, guys, and I'll definitely see you in the next videos. Chris out.